Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. Here is what I did yesterday. So this is the one I actually did, and this is that puffy paint, but this is watercolor paper, so it seemed to absorb into it. I'm not sure. I'll either have to call demo support or see what other people are doing with it. But here is the other one I did, and this is the card that I made with it. Kind of cute. So let me put that aside. These are basically Snowfront is what I'm using. I also added in some Nature's Beauty and Playful Penguins. So a couple of the penguin cards. One I'm doing, and the others you'll see at the end. I will show you. My first card is this one. Cutting down the paper, like when it's paper like the other side, it's fine 6x6, but I just feel you lose so much of this with this paper. So I'll have to come up with a card that just uses a portion of it. I'll figure it out, I'm sure. So this is a very simple card. And whereas I pre-did the deer, I wanted to get a lot of this done so I could go on to the other, but very simple. And we're using this stamp, hoping all your Christmas wishes come true. And I need the little deer. I've had every single one of these on a block from all the playing. So much fun. So this is with soft suede. Oops. Helps to stamp it correctly too. So I just put the little deer right onto the DSP and then glued this guy down. And I even brought out my knife and cut out that little spot. So he just goes right down there. And those little guys are in the background. Okay, so we're going to stamp this, and I will show you how I rounded those corners. So just stamp that. And then I took, this is the Timeless Label Punch. So sometimes I'm able to just slide that in there. But when I'm not, you slide it in that way, lift it up, bring it to where you want it, and I'm going to hold it up. It'll be a little easier for me. So just line it up where you want it, and then punch. And then we do the same thing for the other side. Whoops, in this way. But we all know I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, so. So then I took and sponged it slightly. Of course, yep, this one will work. And also in the soft suede. And I cut this down to 5 3/4. and did not pop that up. I kept this card very flat. Simple, simple. Any stamper can do it. Doesn't matter what level you are. Mount this onto soft suede. And then put that down. And then that goes right onto the card base. Whoops. So there it is. Simple. You can add Wink of Stella if you wanted to, but this paper is just beautiful. Okay, so that's card number 1. Card number 2 is this little penguin guy. So I've already cut out the mask, so I have that ready. Oh, my black. Oh. I just hid him. So the first thing I did was stamp the penguin. And really the only thing that has to be masked is his feet. You'll see the other one that I did was a little bit more. I had to mask all 3 of them. Okay, so I took, so many stamps out, I can't see them. Okay, so this is the Seaside Spray. Got it, Kathy. So I'm just going to stamp, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger this time. So I'm turning it the other way. See, then when you pull this up, he's actually standing in it. Now, if you end up with any lines, you can grab your blend in the same color and just go over that. It's going to blend right in. Now, this is on regular paper. The other couple cards I'm doing, it's on watercolor paper, which makes it really fun. Then I really use the water brush. Okay, so then trees and garden green. Well, let me do the mountains first. So on this card, I did the mountains in smoky slate. I just stamped that across 3 times. Just like that. Then the deer. Now we can do a few trees. So I started out with the large one, stamped that and then moved it over a little bit, stamped off, and we have that one. Then I took a smaller, and this set comes with 4 trees plus one that's like, you'll see it, it has like a whole, this one. So it has like 3 or 4 trees on it. Okay, and then I stamped "Wishing you a season full of family, friends, and happiness." Oh, actually that's not the one, but that's the one we're going to use because I must have put that away. And I'm going to stamp it a little bit lower. So you could actually do this directly on a card and not do any layering, but I just like that finished look. So also 5 by 3 3/4. Now I got a booger and a blob. And this one also I just did flat. So plenty of ways to like make these a little bit more, but sometimes simple is just so nice. So there is that one. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Okay, in this one I did sponge a little bit of the sky, but it looks fine without it too. And you could also Wink of Stella it, which would make everything nice and sparkly, but you'll see some of that too. So card number 3 is this one. So we used a little bit of alcohol, and then I have these like in my scrap bin that I had for something else, so that's what I've been mounting them on to use it up. I think I cut double one time for one of my shows. Silly. Okay, so we've got that piece. Let me get rid of the penguin. Definitely don't need him. And I did not put anything on the front of this card. So again, we're using soft suede. And I'm using these little trees. So I'm going to do them. And then some on this side. And I have to show you, just like our gray mat, this wipes right clean. Not that I would constantly stamp on it, but it works. Okay, then we're going to take the mountains again. Oh, I think I want to use crumb cake. I mean, you could use that and stamp off, but okay. So we're going to use this one. Look how easy those mountains go together. and the little house in soft suede. And this one, no watercoloring at all, not like I did on the one yesterday. So there's that one. I don't think I need this one anymore. And the little snowman. He's just not dark enough in that. Let me get, since I'm not watercoloring anything, well, I'll use the gray granite. That's a little bit darker. So there's our little snowman. Oh, I do need for the deer. And the deer. Okay, now we just got the trees and we're done. So this time I used Mossy Meadow. And the smaller, that one? Yes, that one. Okay, so we're going to do this one full strength. And then another one right next to it. I think we'll do a third one. Then come in with the smaller one. I'm going to stamp off. And go right there. Okay. So then I took the gray just to give the snow a little definition. Oh, why did I put it away? Okay. So I wanted to keep it very light. I did hit a couple dark spots, but just to give a little texture to the snow. And it doesn't matter if you go over once it's like really dry, because the alcohol won't spread it. Will not spread your other ink. But I still try to go around things and not, just in case. Yeah, see, it's the brown, it gets a little bit. Okay. So then I took a little bit of Highland Heather. And I'm going to turn this upside down. It's a little bit easier. And then again, I took the Seaside Spray. It's just sometimes a very quick way to get some background color down and make it look like it's been watercolored. And add a little bit of blue to the gray for the snow. Yeah, the alcohol doesn't like the brown. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mount this. And I don't need that one either. Oh, again, I left it open. Mamma mia. I just learned something today, too, about the blends. When you're coloring with them, you should take off both caps and then put them, you know, the caps back on when you're finished, because there's something about how the barrels are made in all alcohol inks that if your ends are both, if one is open, it's gonna push everything. It's like vacuum, whatever. It's gonna push everything down to one end. So where if you open them both, it keeps the flow even. So that was interesting. I mean, they were doing Copics, and I asked if it was all alcohol markers, and they were like, yep, all alcohol markers. You should take both caps off. So now I have to remember to do that when you see if there's like a big difference. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and mount that. I love learning new things. Now if I can learn about the puff paint. Okay, so that's another card finished, and I could put like a little greeting. I still have to get that other new itty bitties for the season. I'm not sure what it's called, but something small would fit under there. Oh, I do have from itty bitties 'Tis the Season. Maybe I'll add that. But so that's those two. Now, let me show you. I hope you're as excited as I am about it. But this is the card. What do you think, guys? Hi, V. Margot, Donna, Karen, Lisa. Hello. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this card. And I'm going to cover my ink, put it in my Tipsy, put this back away. Okay, so this is the one with water. And I just want to grab a block just in case I need. I don't like to really squeeze it. So this is watercolor paper. And also 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to put a little bit of water on there to have it. Okay, we're going to start out with the mountains. So first I stamp them in, where's the blue? I just had it. There it is. Okay, so first we're going to start with, Seaside Spray. And the mountains. Let me just clean that off. And this is going to go very high on here. I think I want to stamp it off. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to clean it off again. And now we are going to stamp it in the Highland Heather. Okay, then you take your aqua painter and you're just going to wet that slightly to blend it in a little bit. And do the same so it kind of looks like mountains and the sky when you do the two. Okay. Then I took the trees with the landscape to it and stamped them in garden green. I think this one could use a little re-inking too. And you're going to do the same to this. Just watercolor it. And they're never going to come out exactly the same. Every one you do is going to be a little bit different because it all depends on how wet your paper is, how much water you add. Okay, then I took Pool Party. This also looks like it needs to be re-inked. Okay, and that water one, it's here, it's here, it's here, somewhere, there. All right, so then I just started stamping this and rotating it. And I got a fingerprint, but that's okay. That's going to get covered up. So it doesn't look like much now. Whoops. So then again, you're going to come in, whoops, whoops, and a lot. I should use the thicker one for this. This is a very fine point. But it was the one that was handy. You know how that goes. Okay. So then I took the large tree, again with soft suede. And stamp that there. And there. And could add a little bit more on the side. It's like whatever you feel like doing. All right, then I brought back the garden green and this tree. And I didn't use that bottom part. I just did the top of the trees. And then I came back with one of the smaller trees. Sure I did. Not that one. This one. And then that larger one. And filled in on the sides. So now it looks like a forest. Let me do a small one there. Okay, so you know what? I want a couple more that are a little taller. So I'm going to take the top of this one and just bring that up in a couple places. And then again, a little bit of watercoloring, but not a lot. You just want to soften it so it doesn't look exactly stamped. So a lot of times I just dot it. That's how I'll show you the deer that I colored. I did a lot of dotting. Maybe it was the fox. I think it was the fox. Now, if you really wanted to, you could go back with, which I did on one of them, with the chalk marker, and you could add some snow into the branches. You can also go up in here and make more of a line. This is the one that's drying out. And that just softens the edges, and if you get too much, I just blot it with my finger. So, but it doesn't need a lot. Then we'll add some Winkostella. I need to squeeze some down. You know what happens then? You end up getting like a whole blob. Oh, maybe this is getting empty. Could be, but I have others. But not, yep, here it is. Let's see if that one's better. So we can wink that. Be nice to have like, just like the snowman, like little people, little ice skaters or something. Put some up in the mountains. That's what we need, little ice skating people. I didn't want to put a snowman on it, and I had already done the deer. So this is what I ended up. I had a little glue on the back of that, so it's got my hair attached. So, and this is with our white, our new embossing powder. So we'll put the, and this card could be, it doesn't have to be Christmas. All right, so let's go ahead and mount this one. And I actually think I am going to choose a second winner. See, without my phone, I can't tell how many people are here, but I'm going to pick a second winner, and the second winner is going to receive this card. So right after the video, I will post the names of the two winners. And for the card, it doesn't, actually for both, I don't care where you live. I'm shipping it. And I'm about 150 subscriptions. Whoa, that's upside down. On my YouTube page from 5,000. So I am going to be doing something special. I don't know what, but it'll probably be a new stamp set, because that's going to happen within the next week or two, that I'm going to hit 5,000. Very exciting milestone. So there is that card, and you can see, I think, the glitter. Yep, you can. And I haven't even tried the new chunky glitter, or whatever it's called. I'll learn the names, and then there'll be a new catalog. So let me bring everything back. That goes in the Tipsy. Oh, before I do that, I have to show you the other cards, silly me. But where'd they go? Oh, right here on my desk. Oh, here's another two that I had been playing with on regular paper. That was the very first one. That was the second one. And then I decided to do it on the watercolor paper. So here's one. And I used one of the new stencils and made this one a guy's card, birthday card. So I did mask him, and I stamped him, masked him, then did the mask, but I call it a stencil, and put that together. So that's one. Here is the other one. Now, if you remember all the videos I've done with all different backgrounds, so I pulled out one of the backgrounds that I had done and just stamped on it. So I put this little fox and made rocks, and I tried to do snow on it, and I did a lot of dotting. And then to color him, I actually, because he's small, and I really didn't want to, mess him up. So I very lightly, just slightly, blended him and added just a little bit of the dark. Everything else is really from him himself, of just spreading that with a blender pen. But so that's that one. And then here's the penguins. I know, they're so cute, and they're just like hugging each other. Okay. So now I'll bring everything back. Let's put that up there, this over there, and that one, and we're still missing one. So there we are. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I will be back within 5 minutes with two winners, one for the card and one for the Tipsy, and I will post it on my page. I will unhook this and hook back my mouse and get that all done. And I will see you on Wednesday with, my motto. I don't know what, but it'll be something. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.